Hello fellow wood carvers. Today I'm going to be doing a test run on these new Mampa tools. The Dremel cutter, the die grind cutter or Fordham cutter, and these eyeball cutters on manzanita, cedar, and beaver artwood. Hey everybody out there that doesn't know me, I'm Jordy from Carving Fusion, and this channel is based on power carving like with Dremels, Fordhams, cutsaws, and chainsaws. So I got something in the mail today, guys. I got the new Mampa eye cutters. And the new Mampa cutters, mini cutter bits for Dremels and die grinders. So I thought I would make a quick video showing these tools. They're Mampa tools, guys. They're in Korea, so you can go to mampa.com and get these tools. But let me get the camera set up and we'll do some wood carving and we'll get these little burrs going. Pretty excited. Okay guys, so I want to be straight up with Mampa tools. They're kind of like a sponsor for me. I'm not getting paid anything from them, but they send me the new tools that they get to try out and show in my videos. And when I first tried the Mampa tools like this multi-cutter here, they sent me it, I tried it. I said if I don't like the tool, I'm not going to use it on my channel. But actually guys, they're really quality tools. They're not cheap. They're not cheap tools that you can just go buy from Zellers or whatever, like Walmart or something like that. They're high quality tools, right? So, but I'm honest, and I'm not going to try and push or anything on anybody that doesn't, you know, I'm just not that type of person. Okay, so here's a catalog of all the different sorts of cutters and stuff like that. Just Carve Rob, I'm sure you'd probably like to read this catalog. I know you like your catalogs and wood carving books and stuff. The different cutter heads on there and stuff. Then these are, I got all this stuff, guys. The hole cutters right here. These are good to make flower pots and cut out holes and stuff out of wood. So just different stuff in the catalog anyways. I want to get one of these too, the finger sander here. Yep, just different stuff. There's the little mandrels too, like Pete Blair makes. And they got burrs like Cutsall too. So here's these little sanders here. Okay, so anyways, let's cutters. Let's get to the point. Let's get to these tools here. So this is the mini carving bits. Guys, these aren't cheap. But like I said, the other tools I got from are quality tools. Okay, so I believe we got some 1/8 bits in here and some, here's your directions. But yeah, we don't need to read this. We'll read this after. So, yeah, so there's 1/8 bits in here, okay? And then there's 1/4" bits in here for your die grinders or your Fordhams. So, here we go. Just hold on a sec here, guys. Okay, so here is the one little cutter. Very aggressive tools, guys. Very aggressive. This will fit on your Dremel. This is 1/8 shaft, okay? And this is a little triangle cutter. See it there? The cutter's like a triangle. And guys, these aren't cheap tools, but I think they're like, I can't say how much they are. You're gonna have to go to the Manpa site, this site here, to .com, or so you guys can Google it to see. But you can change these bits out, right? You see there's a little Allen key in there, so they send you this Allen key too, right? So you can spin them. So this is a triangle cutter, so it's got 3 points, right? Come on, zoom in. 1, 2, 3. So you can, when this gets dull, you can switch it out. So it will last quite a long time. Okay, so that's those for the Dremel. And here's your bits for your die grinder or your Fordham. This is the 1/4" shaft, guys. Dremel's 1/8. Okay, so you can see the Allen key fits in here. And use these round ones. Come on, zoom in. We're going to have this problem today. These round ones, once they start getting dull on one side, you just spin it. And there's all the edge of the round, you know, the circle there. It's all just sharp, right? So let's do some cutting. I got some different types of wood set up here. Oh, here's a triangle cutter too for the for your die grinder or your Fordham. This is 1/4". Now look how precise those cutters are in those tips. See that? They're just not any cheap tools, guys. They're quality tools. So let's, oh yeah, we got these eyeball cutters too. Okay, so I don't know if you buy these in sets like this or they sent this to me like this. So you guys will just have to do your research on the Mampa site. So these are eyeball cutters. Okay, here's 1/8 for your Dremel. Okay, and so there's a bunch of different Dremel sizes. I can't really give opinions on these guys because I've never really used. I've never used the eyeball cutter, but they're just like rounded out inside here, and I'll show you how to do it. I might not do it properly, but okay. So here's the So they gave me like let's see here, 5 different size ones for your die grinders or your Fordems. But you see, they're notched out there too. So you just put this in. And these are basically meant to burn the wood, so you get that effect. You'll see. Okay, so I got like 5 different types of wood here. I got some cedar, I got some holly, I got some beaver art wood. I'm not too sure. It might be willow. I got some manzanita for my buddy Damon, and we'll just do some cut tests. Okay, fellow wood carvers, I got it hooked up to my Dremel flex shaft and a Dremel 4000. This is the round cutter. Okay, you guys, let's see here. This is the normal cut saw that I use. My favorite go-to burr, the extreme flame burr. So you can see there's a difference, the size difference to compare, right? This is more dangerous. I'm just warning you guys. This is more like a chisel kind of thing, right? A chisel cutter, a planer. And this is what I'd usually do the beard hairs with, this one. So I guess this is dangerous too. Because look at the points on this. So if this hits your hand, this is going to cut you just like these ones. So I don't know. Let's see how it cuts. So we'll do this one first, the round cutter, and then we'll do the triangle cutter. Okay. So for this wood carving, we got this beaver art wood here. I got a wood spirit drawn on here. I'm not going to carve the whole thing out, but we'll try it out a bit. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that noise there, studio on the lake. So guys, you can see they're aggressive cutters. This is some kind of fruit wood, like plum wood or something. Maybe cherry wood. See that? You guys, when you're using cutters like this, like don't put your hand here in case this wants to kick back because it will roll across your finger. It's just like knife carving, right? If this wants to shoot off, let it go. Don't have your hand here, right? See, like this. If this cutter is going to take off because it's turning this way, right? It's going to pull this way. Boom! You don't want to get cut right there. So just be careful, guys. See, I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think these cutters are really for carving. I think they're for like doing details and stuff like that, okay? So let's do some beard hairs with this guy. So you see there? Real aggressive cutters. Here's a piece of Japanese maple. So you can see how fast it cut in there, right? So, yeah, you guys, when you're using a cutter like this, you just got to remember, like, don't let your mind drift off and wander somewhere else, right? Here's a piece of Western Red Cedar fence board, super soft wood. Sorry about that noise there, Ben. Okay. So you can see how good it cuts, and nice, and they're clean cut too, like chisel cuts where you see the grain. See that? Okay, Damon, let's try this piece of manzanita here. This wood is beautiful wood. Okay, look at that color in there. Okay, so you guys can see how aggressive that is. Man, it cuts beautifully, but like I said, guys, beware this is in your hand when you're cutting, right? Okay, so let's hook up the triangle cutter of this 1/8 one here. Okay, that's the round one. We'll hook up the triangle cutter. Okay, guys, so this is the triangle cutter. See the triangles there? So, guys, once again, I say it in lots of my videos, when you put this in your Dremel flex shaft, push it in. Don't just push it in or don't leave it out here because it can wobble, right? Push it in, pull it out just a little bit, and tighten her up. Trust me. Do it that way. So let's see this manzanita here. I can tell this triangle cutter is a lot more aggressive and wants to roll back. But see how I got my hand, so if it hit, it would slide off, right? Let's see. Let's try to run it a bit slower, guys. I got a Fordham foot pedal hooked up, right, so you can control the speed. Man, is that manzanita ever a beautiful color of wood. Okay, full throttle. Okay, so you can see nice clean lines here, guys. Okay, so the beaver art wood. So there you go. See how fast it cuts, guys. See? Super aggressive cutters, yeah. Okay, so let's hook up the Fordham ones. See, guys, I want to show you just before I change out to the Fordham one why you pull that out just a little bit. Because this is stuck in there because my cowl inside's wearing out. So if you pull it out just a little tiny bit, then you can put your finger on the lock thing. Okay. Tap it down, boom, slides out. Okay. Okay, so here's my Fordham industrial flex shaft. Okay. See, this is a square drive. I don't break any of these since I've switched to the industrial flex shaft. But when you go to the Fordham industrial flex shaft, you need to buy the flex shaft and you need to buy the handpiece too. This is square drive too, so your other one won't fit with this square drive. Okay. So anyways, I'll get this back together and then we'll get going. Okay, guys. So I first of all left my cuts all extreme flame beer in here. This one's getting way worn out, right? So it's time to put a new one in here. This has been in here for like 6 months. So here's the size difference, okay? Let's see here, come on. This will be the round cutter. Okay, guys, let's notice something. So this is on the Fordham. This is the 1/4 inch shaft, right? but this is the 1/8 too for the Dremel, but you realize both the heads are the same size pretty well. I think it looks the same to me. They may not be, but they kind of look the same size. This one's just tapered down a bit to 1/8. So let's try this out. Well, I know I can tell you guys something right now. Let's see. I can tell you something right now. The Fordham has a lot more torque. It runs slower than the Dremel, but it has a lot more torque than the Dremel, okay? So this is more like a tugboat, this Fordham, and the Dremel's more like a speedboat, okay? So far, I like the way it cuts a lot better with the Fordham. So let's do, that's with grain this way. Let's do cross grain. Okay, so it cut good both ways. You can see how really deep I went in there, right? So that's on the cedar. Let's try it on the beaver wood. Beaver art wood. Just gotta figure out a way to put my hand so it doesn't kick back and get me. Okay, here we go. So you can see here how deep it went. Really deep, really fast. Okay, so there's those texture lines. Let's try on the Manzanita. Okay, you can see there how deep I went. Real deep. Aggressive cutter. Okay, so let's try the triangle cutter. Okay, so I got the triangle cutter hooked up. So you guys, these cuts are way cleaner than, you don't have those little marks in it when you do use the Cutsaw, your saber-tooth burrs, whatever you want to use. These are a total different kind of burr, right? So let's try it. Let's try a clean spot here. Oh, look at this. It's the Wood Miser. This came from Damon, California there. Okay, so let's try it out. So look at that deep cut there. Little texturing stuff, see? Makes real clean cuts. So guys, I think it runs a lot better in my opinion, it runs a lot, but these things will run a lot better in the Fordham, but it still works good for the Dremel. Don't get me wrong. I don't have a die grinder here, so we're not going to do the die grinder test out. It's where I do my chainsaw carving. I'll take those over there for that. So let's I like them. Let's move on to the eyeball bits. Okay, fellow wood carvers, power carvers, you can see here I chose the middle of the size, the middle one, right? I'm not going to try all these, but we'll just try this one for now. I don't know if this Fordham's going to have enough power to make these things really smoke, because they're supposed to smoke, right? You're supposed to burn. The edge is supposed to cut, and the center's supposed to smoke. It will give you an eyeball, a round effect. So let's try it out here. Okay, so we got some Western Red Seed. I already tried one here. I don't think the Fordham's going to have enough speed to be able to make it burn really good. You're going to need the die grinder, right? So let's try this out. Well, there you go. See? This would be like an eyeball for a bear. You know, or some kind of animal or something, then you kind of just cut above it. But you see, it gave it a nice, made it nice and round in there, right? Let's try one more. There you go, beauty. Okay, so let's try that with the Dremel. Okay, carvers, you can see here I chose the one that's the middle of the size, right? So let's try it out. There you go, no problem. Cuts, burns. There's your eyeball. Let's try it on a harder piece of wood. Let's try it on this let's try it on this beaver art wood here. Okay? So let's see. And don't forget, guys, this is my first time ever using an eyeball cutter, okay? So there's the review on the tools. I like them. I'll be using them. I'll be using these. Man, you're going to have to carve a big bear to use this eyeball cutter or something. Wow, look at the size of this sucker. Okay, so yeah, I love the tools. I don't know what else I can tell you guys, but just go to the Mampa site. Mampa.com, and you guys can Google it, and there you get a price range for these things. I know that the cutters are not cheap, but they're quality tools, guys. How do I know that they're quality tools? Well, because I've had my Mampa cutters for my chainsaw and my grinders, and nothing's broke, and I haven't even turned the cutters yet. I'm still using the same size as the cutters, so they're quality steel. Okay, 100% quality steel. Once again, how do I know? Because I've used them already. So just be safe, guys. That's the biggest thing. Be safe with these tools. Make sure if you're cutting, it's not going to kick and hit your hand. Make sure your hand's under here, so if it kicks, it will just roll right off. See you later.